You are welcome. You are welcome to the channel. It's a prophetic end time ministry. We are dedicated to end times. And today we are looking at Babylon mentality. We are saying that her nakedness will come. The nakedness of Babylon will come. And our admonition is that you need to repent. We are focusing on Babylon mentality, a mindset, a Babylon mindset. The mindset of Babylon, the mindset of a system, the mindset of those who are in Babylon, the mindset of those who are following Babylon, the mindset of those who don't want to come out of Babylon. And we are saying that we are talking about the Babylon mindset, the mindset of Babylon, and its implication for the end times. And we have to go to the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 7. And we can see the prophetic outline of the mentality of Babylon, Babylon mentality. And heaven is aware of that mentality. And so the book of Revelation talks about that mentality in Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And so that's the Babylon mentality. Babylon will glorify herself. We are the world. We are the leader of the world. We are the civilized world. Babylon mentality. Babylon has lived deliciously. Yes, deliciously based upon exploitation of other people's resources, based upon greed and opulence. So much torment and sorrow give her. Here, the angel is instructed to give so much torment and sorrow to Babylon. And here we're talking about judgment of Babylon. And the angel is instructed to give Babylon so much torment and sorrow. And here we're talking about the judgment coming to Babylon. Oh, Babylon, oh, even Babylon, America. The angel of the Lord is going to give you more torment and sorrow. More torment and sorrow give her, for she says in her heart, I sit a queen, I am a queen. I sit a queen, I'm rich, I'm powerful, I have the robe of a royalty. I'm the richest nation in the world. I sit a queen, and I'm no widow. I'm not a widow. I'm not poor. I'm not miserable. I'm rich. I'm not a beggar. I don't need to come and beg you. Of course, in some cases, America has taken other nations' resources. So America doesn't have to beg. America is a queen. She's not a widow. And I shall see no sorrow. Sorrow is not coming. Torment is not coming. Judgment is not coming to America because of the Babylon mentality. And the Lord knows the mentality of Babylon. And I believe that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. And so here we are looking at practical aspects of Babylon mentality. And I believe that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. So Revelation 18, verse 7 is talking about America. And so we are looking at it one by one. And why is the Babylon mentality prevailing in America? Number one is because of what I would call insularity. When I say insularity, I'm talking about a case where somebody is isolated. You are insular. And we are talking about geographical insularity. America is isolated. An island isolated based upon its her geography, isolated from the rest of the world. Geographical insularity. They are isolated. And then we are also talking about mental insularity. They are also isolated mentally from the rest of the world. And when they are doing something, they say we are the world. Even when they are playing a game inside America, they are saying World Series. It's because they are isolated geographically, they are isolated mentally. And that isolation gives a false impression that they are the only people who matter in the world. They are the world, they constitute the world. The God of heaven created the world for them, or rather, they created the world for God. That is insularity, Babylon mentality. And we are looking at the second aspect of that Babylon mentality, and I call it the illusion of invisibility. And that's the term that I'm using, illusion of invisibility. And that mentality goes this way: we are invisible. We are invisible. Nobody can defeat us. We are a land of the brave and the strong. We have the world's greatest military. We have more military bases over the world than any other country. We have conquered more countries than any other nation in the world. We have intervened in the internal politics of many countries. We have assassinated leaders of the world. We assassinated Patrice Lumumba, an African nationalist, and who were involved in coup d'etats in Guatemala, in Chile, in Nicaragua, and so many other parts of the world. But nobody can defeat us because we are invisible. We have the weapons. We have nuclear weapons. The other day when Hiroshima and Nagasaki challenged our supremacy, we showed them where power lies. We bombed them. And so the other day, Donald Trump was saying that he ordered a bomb to be to target Afghanistan, and he called it MOB, murder of all bombs. Is part of Babylon mentality, illusion of invisibility. They think that nobody can defeat them. Third, they also base their mentality on doctrines. And there are so many doctrines. It's part of the Babylon mentality. And in their foreign policy, they say we have Monroe Doctrine. Western Hemisphere belongs to America, and no other country can have a share in the Western Hemisphere. And you should get out of the Western Hemisphere because Western Hemisphere belongs to America. and it's based upon a presidential doctrine articulated by President Monroe Doctrine. And when it comes to war, they also have a doctrine, MAD, Mutual Assured Destruction. You cannot destroy us, because if you want to destroy us, then all of us will die. And they believe that they can fight a nuclear war and win nuclear war because of the doctrine, satanic military doctrine, mutual assured destruction. And so America, Babylon, has an illusion of invisibility. But the time will come where Babylon's nakedness will come out. The Lord will strip Babylon naked, and the angel will be instructed to give her more torment. So much torment and sorrow give her. Give her so much torment and sorrow. It is the Lord instructing his angel to give more torment to Babylon, even Babylon, America. In Revelation chapter 18, verse 7, we are talking about Babylon mentality. And we are going to the next basis of that thinking, that mentality. And I will call it the conqueror superiority complex. The conqueror superiority complex. It's a complex, it's a mind. It's a mind of someone who feels superior, is a conqueror, has conquered, and is continuing to conquer, and has what I call a conqueror superiority complex, a conqueror superiority mindset. That's the mindset of a Babylon, a system that is bullying the world, a system that is exploiting the world, a system that has invaded every culture in the world, has conquered every culture in the world, is ruling the world. It's a conqueror superiority complex, and that is the mindset of Babylon. So nobody can touch them. Even God cannot touch them. Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she has said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow. I'm no widow. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she has said in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow. I'm not a widow. I'm not poor. Conqueror superiority Babylon mindset. And that mindset is there because Babylon also believes that there's no God. And so when we're talking about atheism, yeah, you see that in Babylon. Anti-God, anti-Christ. And you see it in the policies. You see it domestic policy. You see it foreign policy. You see it in the speeches of the pharaohs of Babylon. Anti-God. Congress shall not establish a religion, nor prohibit the free exercise of a religion. And so it's a constitutional protection to protect people to worship anything, worship any idol, because there's constitutional protection. And it means that we can kick God out of the classroom. And that's why in America in 1962, in the case Angel versus Vitale, the Supreme Court decided that you cannot mention God's name in prayers in public schools for public children. America became a godless nation. And that is part of the Babylon mentality. But Jeremiah 50 is very clear. The idols of Babylon, Baal, Baphomet, they will fall, because the prophecy says, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I'm no widow. I'm not a widow. That is Babylon mindset. And the mindset is prevailing in Babylon because of spiritual blindness. Spiritual blindness. And Paul talks about spiritual blindness. It happens when somebody doesn't know the truth. The truth is hidden from the person. Spiritually, it's spiritual blindness. And Paul says that Satan, the God of this world, has blinded people so that they will not know the truth, so that they will not get out of judgment. Spiritual blindness. Satan has done it intentionally to blind people. And so somebody who has a Babylon mentality could be operating under the curse of spiritual blindness. If you are blind spiritually, you will not know the truth. And Paul said that Satan has blinded so many people so that they will not know the truth, and they will not get out of sin, so that they will not get salvation. And so spiritual blindness leads to destruction. And if you say you are a queen and you are not a queen, you are spiritually blind. And if you say, I'm not a widow, but you are a widow, if you say, I'm not miserable, but you are miserable, you are spiritually blind. And that is part of Babylon mentality, spiritual blindness. And the Lord sometimes allows the spiritual blindness to come. And so in Romans chapter 1 verse 25, the Lord said, He has given people up to reprobate mind for them to have a Babylon mentality. And the Lord will also give them lying spirits. You give them prophets who will lie to them. In the Old Testament, you remember the time when the kings, a king wanted to go to war, and he was warned not to go to war, but he insisted on going to war. And he wanted a prophet who would tell him what he wanted to hear. And so the Lord said, yes, I will send a prophet with a lying spirit to speak to the king, so that the king will go to war and die. In Babylon, we have so many prophets. They are lying prophets. They are false prophets. And they are in Babylon. And it's part of the Babylon mentality. And so in Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, the warning is coming. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So you are in Babylon, or you are following Babylon, or you have a Babylon mentality. You have to come out of her. Because in Revelation chapter 18, verse 17, the Lord will judge Babylon because of Babylon's mentality. And you see that mentality now prevailing in Babylon, America. And so somebody is in Babylon, he lives in Babylon, is part of the Babylon system, and he imbibes and he inhales and he adopts Babylon mentality, the mentality of pride, illusion of invisibility. We are too strong, we cannot be defeated. We are too big to fail, too big to fall. America will not be destroyed, because if God destroys America, the whole world will be destroyed. Somebody made that statement that God will not destroy America, because if America's economy is destroyed, the whole world will be destroyed. Babylon mentality, the mentality that is put in people's mind to think that America is indispensable. God needs America. God doesn't need anybody. You are going to be destroyed, and it's because of your pride, your arrogance, the Babylon mentality. Come out of her. And there are so many people who are part of the Babylon mentality. They are part of it. Yeah. My country is the best in the world, is the leader in the world, the leader in the civilized world. Even when they promote bestiality and all forms of immorality, is the leader in the world, the most civilized nation in the world. We don't need God. Everybody is a God, and that is the new age religion coming from America. It's coming out of Babylon mentality. You need to repent. Your nakedness is coming out. Revelation 18 verse 7. Give her more torment, give her more sorrow, because she says, I'm a queen and I'm not a widow. Babylon has Babylon mentality. The trumpet has sounded. Unless you repent of that mentality, God is going to give you more sorrows and more torment. And the torment is coming. The final trumpet of heaven has sounded. Come out of her. The nakedness of Babylon will be exposed. And this is the message that I have for you today. My email is raptureafrica@yahoo.com. One word, small letters. Babylon mentality. Repent of your mentality, because God is going to judge you based upon Revelation 18 verse 7. Thank you for watching this video.